Welcome to Redmond's Forge. Today's episode, the epic Galway trip, Lego, rain and puppy dog eyes. Some Lego trips are smooth, a quick run down the M50, a pickup, a tea and home again before bedtime. Others turn into sagas. This Galway trip was one of those. What should have been a 5-hour road trip morphed into a 7-hour odyssey, filled with traffic carnage, biblical rain, puppy dog's eyes and one very overloaded car. We set off from Dublin at 3:40 PM with optimism. The boot was empty, the roof clear, the kids full of energy, and my mind on the promise of a big haul that had been held for us for over a week in Galway. But optimism is a fragile thing, and the M50 will always find a way to test it. If the M50 has a worst case scenario setting, we found it. What should have been a routine run to the Celbridge turn-off took over 1 hour and 20 minutes. 1 hour, 20. Traffic wasn't just heavy, it was absolute carnage. By the time we broke free of the concrete chokehold, patience was frayed, stomachs were rumbling, and the rain had started its own assault. Athlone offered us our first pit stop. We ducked into Camile Thai, and honestly, the chicken fried rice and those spicy crackers were the warmth we needed against the biblical downpour. It was raining so hard I swear Moses was parting the Shannon as we crossed it. On our way back through Carrick on Shannon, it might better have been named Carrick in Shannon or Carrick under Shannon with the amount of water around. In Galway, we thought it would be the relief from the traffic. We were wrong. The sat-nav told me the truth that I didn't want to hear. We were just 3.6 kilometres from our pickup. It would take 40 minutes to crawl that distance. 40 minutes! We could blame the Spanish Arch, blame the medieval streets, the lack of a 6-lane dual carriageway, but Galway traffic this evening was unforgiving. A 2-hour and 20-minute trip stretched into 3 hours 50 minutes, nearly double. By the time we pulled up at the seller's house, I was close to turning around. But a promise for Lego is a promise for Lego, and this was for Lego. The seller had been kind enough to hold this haul for over a week, and the reward was worth it. A big collection of Lego Friends, the majestic Lego Titanic, apt given the weather. I half expected Jack Dawson to slide off in the bonnet on my way home, and some Ninjago gems. Plus, the IKEA shelving units to help house it all were given also. So there we were, Lego packed into the boot, an IKEA bookcase strapped to the roof. This was a proper road trip silhouette. But just as I was about to leave, the seller hit me with another question. Are you interested in another box? Another box? My instinct was to say no. We had what we had come for. The car was already bulging, but curiosity is a dangerous thing. Inside this box was a mishmash of childhood nostalgia and random treasures. Goosebumps books, Mr. Men and Little Miss stories, science experiment kits, roller skates, a skateboard, and a big puppy teddy staring up at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, which said, "Please don't leave me behind." I initially declined, but as I were reversed out of the driveway, the thought gnawed at me. What if I see this on Dundee tomorrow? Gone to someone else? No regrets, I told myself, so I stopped the car, hopped out and asked if they took Revolut. Note to self, always carry more cash. They did. A quick scan of our apps and the box was now the Forge's. Where to put it? The boot was full, the roof was taken, so the only space left was the passenger seat. At 8 PM we finally rolled out of Galway, Lego and shelving secured, plus an unexpected co-pilot in the form of that oversized box of books, toys and one very smug teddy. Heading for Leitrim, we made our first stop for petrol, tea and the inevitable bathroom break. The petrol flowed, the tea was hot, but the toilets were closed. At 8 PM, this is a travesty with 2 kids. As I was paying, 2 little faces appeared at my side, Luke and Rose, wide-eyed, clutching tubs of Ben & Jerry's chocolate ice cream. Puppy dog eyes got me again. Go on then, I chuckled. Back into the car, kids happily spooning ice cream in the back, the rain still hammering down, and a box of random childhood in the passenger seat. We promised them a bathroom stop in Carrick on Shannon, and then it was the final leg home. By Kilbeggan Distillery, Luke was out cold asleep, his head nodding in rhythm with the wipers. By Enfield, just past the toll booth, Rose succumbed too. The car was finally quiet, save for the rain, the hum of the motorway, and the wind on an IKEA bookcase strapped to the roof. We pulled into the driveway at 10:45 PM, 7 hours after we left. Luke stirred as I opened his door, thankfully. He's nearly 8 and getting heavy to carry. Rose stayed fast asleep and I scooped her up, carried her up the stairs, slipped her into pyjamas and tucked her into bed. Luke brushed his teeth, climbed under his covers and was asleep before his head fully hit the pillow. Night night guys. Sleep well with dreams of Lego hopefully. As for me, I left the car packed for the night. The Lego Titanic, the Friends sets, the Ninjago bills, the IKEA shelving, and that unexpected box of Goosebumps, Mr. Men, science kits, and puppy teddies could wait until morning. What couldn't wait was the memory, a family adventure that was as much about the journey as the haul, the carnage on the M50, the Camile fried rice in Athlone, the near biblical storms, the madness of Galway's traffic, and the sleepy faces of Luke and Rose as they gave into exhaustion. Trips like these aren't just about the Lego, they're about the stories, the shared laughs, the never again moments that will inevitably repeat, and the way even a miserable rain-soaked evening can turn into something epic. Because in the end, when Luke and Rose remember these trips, it won't be the traffic or the rain. They'll remember the ice cream, the box of surprise treasures, the Lego Titanic strapped in the boot, and the way we arrived home tired but happy, long past bedtimes after another adventure for us all. Well, thanks for watching this episode of Redmond's Forge. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below, and we'll see you next time for more Lego content. Bye!